If you want to go cucumbers, give it a go. It's good fun. Now, as you can see here, I've got some cucumbers. They're after about 1 month of growing. When we get to about this size is when you want to plant them. When they get their first true leaf, which is the one that starts to look like a cucumber leaf, that's when we can plant them. This is where I'm going to plant my cucumbers. I've made like a little climbing thing for them. That should definitely support them because these cucumbers will get nice and big. Hopefully plenty of cucumbers, and yeah. Now, one thing to note here, I've already started some onions a few months ago in the same bed where I'm going to plant my cucumbers, but that's okay because onions have quite a small root ball and they shouldn't really affect each other. And this is a perfect example of succession planting. Succession planting is basically when we have one crop, it's not quite finished yet, but we want to start another, especially on a nice sunny day like today. Basically plant it in between, that's what we'll do. The key to planting like this is we want to disturb the soil as little as possible. I've already put a little bit of dirt on top as a bit of extra layer of compost, and I think I'm just going to plant kind of like here, here and here. To plant, what we do is at the bottom you can see these little holes. That's where you want to pinch the bottom and then the plant should just come out. If I squeeze here, you should see it come up, and if I gently tip it upside down, give it a bit of a squash, the plant should just come out like that. Basically what we're looking at, the plant. So you can see from my hand roughly how big the plant is, and we want to do our best not to disturb the roots. I'm going to make a tiny little hole here, wedge it open with your little trellis, and grab my little plant, do our best not to disturb the roots. And then all we need to do is basically pop it in the hole like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some dirt and just cover it in. Be careful with the stem, we want to preserve that as much as possible, and we'll give it a light push. So my next one will go around about here. Just open the soil a little bit, grab my little pot, push it up, lean it underneath, and it should just come out quite easily. Put that in the hole there. You can just basically just plop it in there, put a bit of soil around there, just to help it out a bit. And you can bury these stems quite deep. Okay, I'm just going to finish doing the rest now. Now that we've got all the plants in, give them a light watering. You don't need to spray the plant, just spray the roots, because the leaves are actually for photosynthesis and the roots are the thing that draw in the water. Leaves almost draw in no water, very little. Looking quite good there. Just to get them started, we're gonna just add some of these canes in here just to help it grow a little bit better, especially when we get started. And it's way better to put this in when they're younger because then we don't disturb much of the roots. And we might just weave it in there a little bit. Now we just have to wait and see. But we're checking in on our cucumber plants. It's been about 3.5 weeks since we last checked on them. And as you can see, they're growing really, really well. I don't think we have any cucumbers just yet, but we should be pretty close. At this stage, what you want to do is you want to make sure that cucumbers are actually growing up on your support system. What happens is you have these little tendrils and they are looking for support. So if your cucumber plant is trailing on the ground, you can actually just help it out a bit and just train it on there like so. And then cucumber plant will do nice and well. Some people trim these, but I think that's a waste of time. What we're going to do now is look at what a cucumber thing looks like before it turns into a cucumber. There's two main flowers. You get the male flower, which is really, really small, and then you get the female flower. And you can tell the difference because it kind of looks like there's a many cucumber at the back there. See, what happens is bees or bugs will come across, they'll get the pollen from the male flower and then transfer it to the female flower. If you don't have many pollinators around, you can do this little trick where you actually take the male flower off, just give a little pinch, and just take the petals off. In the middle there, there'll be a little bit of pollen, and then what you do is you grab this and you basically just rub it in there, and that will actually fertilize that, and that will turn that into a cucumber. So I just had a quick look and I've actually found one that's actually starting to form a cucumber. What we'll do is we'll check in a week and see if we have any proper cucumbers forming. Let's do some harvesting. You can see here there's quite a few nice sized pickles here. Cucumbers. This variety you can either eat as is, or it is quite a good pickling one. Just not to get them too big, because if you get them too big then the plant won't reproduce anymore. All you need to do is you just basically cut at the top and away you go. And you get a nice sized cucumber. A few more here. One hiding at the back here. Any tucked underway. This one. Are you boys going to help? Look at this one here, boys. What do you guys reckon about that? Pretty good? When the dogs approve, you know it's a good cucumber. Nice fresh cucumbers. Just like that. If you want to go cucumbers, give it a go. It's good fun.